welcome back if you're joining me from another video. If you're joining me for the first time, hello! Well, I'm back with another opening of my favorite collectible dolls, which is a smart doll. These are hinged BJDs made by Danny Chu in Japan, and I absolutely love them. And today is an extra special one in that I am actually opening a prototype. Yes, in the recent prototype group that he put into the garage, it's called the garage on his shop, there was a doll who especially I took a liking to because she was just so happy. She was so happy and her name had meaning to me, and I was like, this is who I want, this is who I need to be her mummy. And I got very lucky in purchasing her first because I know there were quite, now after I purchased her, I've had PMs on Instagram and spoken to some people on forums and heard even in a video, in someone else's video, that she was sought after by others. And you know, I got lucky and I'm her mummy, so I'm especially happy about this one. And as I said, with her name being the wording it is, it's something very, very, it touches me at the moment. So if you're new to smart dolls, I like to do all my videos as if someone is new. They come in a purpose-built box. Basically a box this side, you can see the Culture Japan, the CJ on the side there. I think it's upside down. I think this box is upside down, but it's on there. And then when you open it up, you get this beautiful opening with a bag made to fit the box. Keep calm and carry a smart doll bag. Every single video, what do I say, ladies? Best book carriers ever. And you know, as I say, I've been saying the last few videos, I also put my Starbucks cups. I use reusable cups so that I hopefully save a tree out there somewhere by my family not having to use new cups every week. These are well-made bags, canvas bags. They're just lovely. And what's inside them is even more lovely, because if you put them down like this, you can see, I think it has CG on the side. Yes, it does. This is the accessory box. It'll come like this. Now the accessory box is basically a brown box. I love marketing that is plain because it draws your attention to what it actually is rather than all the bells and whistles. Not to say that I don't like Tokidoki's marketing where there is so many bells and whistles and characters everywhere that it's like an explosion of color and happiness to you. But I think this is very intelligent. It draws your eye to what it is. It says what it is. There is no distraction basically. So these boxes are what inside these boxes will come the 3 items you get with every single full smart doll that you purchase, which is a wig, a telescopic stand, which is a 3rd leg that inserts to the back of your doll. It is an assistance with photographs, etc. For standing of the doll, and a get to know your creator kind of card. So we'll put this one aside, and then you also get your doll, who is in what I call the cyborg production mode. Now I have had her out a lot more than I have. Every single doll I get, I open up and I immediately check everything. I check all the items, I check the doll. I've never had an issue. I have over 20 dolls and I have not had any issues with any of the clothing, any of the dolls. I've been so happy with every single one and fallen in love again and again and again. So this is a cyborg production mode where they're basically in this L shape. I don't know which way is L when it goes on the camera, but an L shape. And I have seen her, but this is always special to me as this is the opening when I get to keep her out and get her dressed, etc. I am, however, going to put her down. As for this one, I'm going to quickly open up the accessory box. Now, since she was a prototype, which means that she was a lot more expensive, obviously, than the standard produced dolls, as she is a one-of-a-kind, she did not make the production run. I did not buy anything else with her because I was so paranoid, because I'm such an old lady and I'm so slow with credit cards. I was paranoid someone else was going to get her before me. So I was just like, throw the doll in there, buy it. So I did not even look for clothes for her. I'll do that in the future. I'll do something finding her personality, etc. So this is the get to know your creator card basically. I know it's meant to be about smart doll, but I think it is a way of getting to know Danny. But I always say in every single instance, if anyone asks me about Smart Doll, read the website, read the website, read the website. Decide if this is for you. And Danny does a fantastic job of giving you a million reasons why not to buy. I obviously have heard those a million reasons several times over, and I still buy. I still love them. So that is what that card is. Now, there is also the telescopic stand. As I said, this inserts into the back of your doll. There is a little hole at the back of the doll. This is always in the flesh tone, up the upper part of the doll that you are purchasing. And basically it comes down and it assists with standing. Now, I've shown in other videos that Smart Doll is very well made. Basically, they can stand by themselves with a good set of shoes, especially if you buy Smart Doll shoes. They pretty much can stand by themselves. But if you're out in rocky conditions or uneven conditions, this is a great way of making sure your doll, it doesn't go face planting and, oh no, something terrible happening. And then you get your wig. So this is a short apricot wig. Now I'm going to look at some of my girls in the cabinet. I don't think I have a short apricot wig. I certainly have the long apricot wig. No, I don't. Sorry, there's a few dolls back there, including strung dolls. No, I do not have a short apricot wig. So this was part of what made her for me. But her face is what really sold me. But this short apricot wig is gorgeous. If you've seen the long one. Now, I always, people always ask me what my favorite things is with Smart Dolls and what I recommend. If you can get your hands on a Reflection Original long wig, I still believe this is the best Smart Doll wig ever. And the apricot wig that comes with like Anime Fortitude is the second best in my opinion. Obviously, everybody's entitled to their own. So now, one thing I'm going to say with this doll is that she comes with the new flexi body. So all these, the majority, I will say, of the prototypes that were sold in the recent garage came with flexi body, which is the new squishy bob body. If you're new to, if you know Smart Dolls, you know how the chest area feels. It's got that rubbery squishy. The entire body is like that. It gives you a little bit more movability. It's very interesting to play with. I was squishing her all over the place. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? But that's how it comes. Because they're prototype dolls, they come with an orange head cap. So all of us who got the garage were basically first owners in the world of the new flexi body, which was kind of exciting. I didn't even think of that until someone actually mentioned it to me. So I don't remember if she had a new doll squeak. I've done this in most of my videos. Does she have the new doll squeak? No. No, the legs aren't squeaking. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know I go for that new doll squeak. So she does not have that. Now, all Smart Dolls come in 2 layers to protect them. Nice bubble wrap bag. And then a clear bag over the dolly like this. I'm so excited. It's actually funny because I'm used to holding the dolls and then having hard bodies. But yeah, you can see squishy, squishy, squidgy, squidgy, squidgy. It's so fun to play with. It's kind of like, you know, when you've got those poppet things and you squish them back and forth. It's kind of like that. She is on a G07 head, but what you're going to see, and don't worry, I will be bringing her up. There's something, I get to see her first, but you can see my reaction with me. Oh my gosh. I am really excited about this one. Casey will forever be my first doll, so is my only milk doll, so she has special meaning for me, but I don't want to play favorites, but I am going to play favorites. I love her. Now, she is in the tea skin, and her face is unlike, I think Felicity might be the, Felicity's not down here, is she? Smart Doll Felicity might be the closest to her mouse smile, but there is an actual indent in her smile with a lump of the tongue, so it's 3D looking this way, and then you have teeth on the upper and you can see into her mouth. She is so incredibly special. And then her makeup above her eyes is, I've got Mariah here, it's kind of got a lot of flicks and twirls like Mariah's one, a lot of flicks and twirls. Whereas if you look at one like Paige here, Smart Doll Strength, there isn't too much to her. I love her Strength's eyebrows, but there isn't too much to her. She has a lot of detail in those eyes, and I don't know what the decision was to not produce her, but I can see that she would be a doll that might take a lot of extra time in production. And she has 2 cute little white dots on each side as highlights. She is so cute. She is a nose picker, which for those who don't know Smart Dolls means that she actually has nostrils, so she can digging for gold basically up there. I love her so much, and the body is just squidgy, squidgy, squidgy. So squidgy. So with a hinged ball jointed doll, if you're new to Smart Dolls, they are incredibly movable. They have the standard 5 points of doll movement, which is the neck, the shoulder and the hip area for the legs, but added on additional to that they have rotation and movement, so the ups and downs and the rotations in the elbows, wrists, and the legs are the up and down. I don't know. Wow, you can actually rotate what will look like she's breaking her leg. You can actually rotate with this flexi body the leg either way. Can you rotate that? No. So you can rotate. I was going to say you can't rotate, but it looks really weird. Like if you want your doll to look like she's broken her leg, you can do that now. But the leg basically has an up and down while the rotation, whereas the foot has, for example, up and down, and then can go like the Exorcist around and around. She is in the blue Smart Doll sports bra set, which says, with Smart Doll, the future is in your hands. Yeah, I'm picking favorites here, my friends. Oh my goodness, I love you so much. So I'm going to bring her up now and we can look up close, and she's mine. She's mine, but I'm willing to share her with you. Okay, turn me down if I'm a little loud. I am now closer to the mic. I do try and catch it in editing, but sometimes I do miss out on that. So as I pointed out, she has the orange head cap. Now if you want to change the eyes, you can take the head cap off, and that's how you get in to do that. I'm not doing that on her because she's perfect exactly the way she is. But you can see here her eyebrows are pretty basic actually. Her eyebrows are a medium eyebrow, which is just an arc, a very slight arc. But when you go and look at these eyes, look at these eyes. Look at the layers in those eyes. So she has a brown, 2 brown eye marks here, and then she has a black base, which has a dark brown inner, and some of the black twirls have white flecks on them to highlight them. And then it just doesn't flick to the side, it also flicks down, and then she has a lot of flicks at the bottom here. Sorry if my hands are shaky, I'm old. With little eyelashes coming down, and then you'll see the blusher on her face. I wouldn't call it dominant, but it is say darker than like Dimensions here. Dimensions blushing's quite subtle, whereas you definitely can notice it on Shining, on Smart Doll Shining, and the little highlight here. Oh my goodness. Now let's have a look at the profile shot so you can see that open mouth. It's hard to show it on camera, but that tongue is not just drawn on, that's an actual lump in her mouth, and she has that beautiful G07 nose with the nostrils. Let's see how close we can get in on the mouth. Maybe if I move my hand down. So in there is teeth and a tongue. And look at that smile, the turns, the big blushing on her lips. So she has beautiful full lips, and an open mouth smile. She is beyond beautiful. Now, because these are prototypes, which means that they have not been put into production, I assume, I've heard on another channel, that means that these are one-off paints, basically. They are not, there's not another one out there, basically. And you can tell, actually I can see it right now. This is actually a glob of white paint. There is actually a glob of paint for that white one. So yes, these are singly painted, and I think I can see on the white highlights it looks like a miniature blush, like a miniature brush put in rather than a spray, if that makes sense. There is a light brown shadowing just above the eyes there, on the inner eyes. Isn't she beautiful? Oh, she's just so stunning. I'm so happy with her. So the head is still hard, but if you know Smart Dolls, you'll know that their chests are quite squishy. Look at the rest of the body, because Smart Doll bodies are hard. She's doing some pelvic and what do they call it, abdominal exercise or something. Something like that. Boop, boop, boop. And the camera's gone and focusing on my girls in the background. Please focus on her body. It's like it focuses on her beautiful face here, but then as soon as her beautiful face is gone, it's like, I want to focus on the girls in the background. So here we are. I just want to show all the squishiness. And here. Do I like this body more than the hard body? I can't say yes or no yet. I quite like the hard body. But that's only because this is new and I'm not used to it. However, there is more movability. I show in one of my photos on Instagram that this doll can go a lot further backwards, leaning back on her knees, than the standard doll body type. So my answer is, if I like this body more or not, my answer is I don't know yet. We will see. I can't say I hate it. Can't say I think it's better than the other one. Not sure. But anyway, let's get her down and get her wig on, and I'll have a talk about who she is. Okay, I have her down here. I'm so happy. I'm so happy with her. I love her face. I love that she's special and unique, and that her name has special meaning. So I'm going to put the wig on while I'm talking. So she is Smart Doll Shining, was what her name is. And she certainly does shine with a smile like that. I can't see Felicity for some reason. I think she's behind the spotlight. I think the closest doll with a smile to her is Felicity. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I just can't see them all. There's this huge spotlight there, and it's cut off half the cabinet. So at the moment, I have finally convinced my husband that I've had enough of hair at this house. I have a very big house, and as lovely as it is, it was never my dream. I actually live here on the promise of someone that I loved, that I would raise the children here. Now, if you've ever been in those situations where you've promised something, I have done it until my children are teenagers, and my son just reached 13, so he is a teenager, and I've decided that it is time to move on, because I feel that this house, even though it is a beautiful and lovely house, is someone else's dream. The house I lived in before this one was my dream, which I gave up to live here, basically. And I loved that house so much. It was me. It was in every sort of way. And so I want to find somewhere that is me again. Because you can make the interior of a house you. Obviously, I have a beautiful home. I have paintings and prints and all over the wall. And those who have seen the room will know there's decorative Franklin Mint Royal Dalton plates all over it and everything. But when you look at a house, or you feel that a house is someone has always been someone else's. It's not really a home then, it's just somewhere you live to keep someone else happy. Well, that someone else actually passed away, so it is time. And I kept my promise. The kids are now teenagers. It was to raise them here, and they are quite capable of looking after themselves in many respects. And so the hubby has agreed, and we're going to be looking. It may take a while to sell this place because it'll be on the higher end of the market, but I'm hoping that when it does, we can actually move on and find our forever home. Yay! And shining for me is kind of, finally I'm out of that. I'm living here for someone else's dream rather than living here for my dream. And I feel like there is, like I'm under the water finally looking up, and I can see the way out of the cave, you know, under the water, and you see the light shine through the water, and I can finally swim towards the surface. And it's not anything terribly sad or anything like that. It's more that I made a promise at a time when I didn't really think of the implications of that promise. And everybody in the family knew it. I've kept it as far as I'm concerned, and so all the karma in the world should be happy. And now it's time for me to find my home rather than house. So enough about that going on. That's what the name had meaning to me, and I feel that she is marking an event in my life where I have been for the last 14 years. 14 years I have kept this promise, and it is time for me to move on and find my shine. Basically, I have named her Harmony, as I feel that word is how I will feel when I find my home. So her name is Harmony. Now in my smart doll loving world, they all live in Smart Doll City. They all have roles, they all have personalities, they all have friends, they all have foes. Not so much foes, but people you have a conflict in. Make your things real. There's always people out there you don't like. That is natural. And as I dress her, I'll talk about what her role is. So I have chosen a set, one of my favorite sets. As I said, I didn't get any accessories from Smart Doll, but I have got a set here from Cherry's Dolls Boutique, who is on Instagram and also on Etsy. I love her Smart Doll clothing. This beautiful Celeste on this beautiful outfit on Celeste Smart Doll Moment here is a Cherry's Dolls Boutique outfit. Amazing. Check out my video for that. It is stunning and fabulous. So I have one of her little sets here. Now, if you're new to Smart Doll, and I'm actually curious if it's harder to dress a flexi body than it is to dress a standard body. Now, if you're new to Smart Doll, one of the most smartest things about them is you can rip them apart. So Shining's head is here. Hello, darlings. I'm going to put that gently to the side. I'm going to be so precious with her because I love her so much. So I'm going to take off her arms as well, and we're just going to the flexi chest here. I don't know if I mentioned it. She's in the T-tone at the start of the video. I didn't mention she's a T-tone doll. I'll put that in the title along with her name too, because I'm not sure if I said it was Smart Doll Shining. I said it was just a prototype at the start. Take off her bra. As I said, she's in the blue bra, and then you can see that I now have a stumpy at the top. I just got a stump. Let's put your body down here. Let's see if the flexi body, it feels smooth, but it could have that rubbery effect where clothes get stuck on it. I'm curious. Whee! That was a weird feel. It felt like sandpaper as it went down. I don't know if that was the dress or the thing. That was a bit weird. It didn't feel like there was too much resistance. It just, for a second on my gloves, it felt rough. So that might have, maybe it was the overlocking inside the thing. I'm not sure. It was just a weird feeling. Okay, which hand is this? These ones. Ah! There we go. Let's thread it through. So they have balls on hinges with hinges attached basically. So BJD there, if you're looking to get into ball jointed doll collecting, has very many levels and very many different groups. Whatever group you join, check if it's, you know, if you're new. A lot of people get sucked into the recast thing. Check if they're recast friendly. Always read. Anywhere you go, read. I am always amazed. This is not working. I'm going to take her hand off and thread it through this way. This is smarter, isn't it? I mean, I've got a brain, I promise you. And then we go straight in. Read. The amount of people who go into these things and they don't read, and then they make a mistake and they feel that everybody should basically say, that's okay, no problem, and all that sort of stuff. That's okay in some groups, but in other groups, they're not so forgiving, trust me. So always read your rules. When you are joining a Discord or a forum on Facebook or anything like that. And some BJD groups will not consider hinged BJDs BJDs. They will only accept strung BJDs. Some groups will be very specific to certain types of ball jointed dolls, such as if it's a smart doll, or Dolphy Dream and Smart Doll don't tend to mesh very well. So, you know, just get a feel for the community, read the rules before you post anything, see what people say, you know, read the dramas. Every doll group has dramas. That is one thing I will say is consistent. Mattel groups, especially Barbie versus Bratz, MGA groups, oh my goodness, strung groups, Dolphy Dream, Smart Doll, what other ones are there? Vintage doll groups. So much drama. I always think to myself, my lord, there are so many more important things in life, you know? But that is part of being in a community. Goods and bads. Foes and friends. All sorts of things like that. Okay, so it wasn't too bad. It was actually pretty easy. The only the thing that basically delayed her getting dressed was me being a duh. Me being a duh. Nobody else. So let's point her. See how it goes over the... Ooh, I can feel resistance on the legs with the socks. Not so much that it was amazing, but it's definitely more resistance than if I was to put it on the hard ones. So just that rubber has a little bit of a different texture to it, but not so much that it really matters. I'm more curious in different temperature situations, how the bodies react. I mean, I've never had a problem with the hard body. But I wonder if this flexi body would be more, would react worse to extremely hot days, and that it is a rubbery material. And you know, sometimes you can get certain rubbery materials that go quite very squishy. Ah! What am I doing? Again, this is not it. It is me. I put it on the wrong way and pulled one side to one way. Ah, it's on. I'm not going to fuss too much with that. So, Smart Doll Shining. Her name is Harmony. She is the Smart Doll City's first junior doctor. So, what do they call them? Medical students or something like that. Basically a doctor in training, because obviously she is not 30 years old. She is way too young looking to be 30 years old. Isn't she beautiful? She is the first doctor in training. She absolutely loves the night shift. She is a night owl. She is a girl who loves when the sun goes down and the moon comes up. She likes Netflix and chill at night. And she has actually been raised by her grandparents. Her parents were... I'm not going to say terrible people, but the nicest thing they ever did for Harmony was give her up for adoption, and her biological maternal grandparents adopted her and raised her, and they were lovely people. As such, she has an extreme affection for the elderly. She goes to retirement homes, etc., and does extra volunteer work with that age bracket, etc. And her favourite area within the hospital is the elderly care ward, basically. So that's what she aspires to specialise in. Isn't she stunning? I love her so much. I love you so much, and I will take care of you. And for those of you who did want her, please know that she is with a loving family. We will take care of her. We will adore her. We will make sure that she is taken care of and has it has everything that she needs as a doll and more. If you check out my other videos, you can see some of my other things. Now, I did promise that I would be opening Courage next, but obviously Shining came in and she had to skip this queue. I'm sorry, I love Courage, but she kind of skipped the queue. So I will be doing a different doll video next week, as I have had a few people asking me to go back to some of the old dolls, such as LOL and MGA and all that sort of stuff, which I have been opening off camera, just doing that. So next week I'll be doing a different type of doll opening. And then the week after that, hopefully we'll get to Courage. She is waiting to get out of that box and that bag. My goodness, she is going to have a few words for me, let me tell you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Be good to yourself and be good to each other. And I hope you find your path too and let your light shine. See you in the next video. Bye bye.